Hey, what's happening, my friends? Welcome back. Welcome back. On this segment, I would like to go on a little rant on that crazy knockout where a fighter was on his back at a KSW event. One fighter was in full mount. The fighter on the bottom is a former pro boxer, lands a hellacious punch from off his back, knocks out the opponent that was in full mount. So I want to talk about the techniques that were dismissed in mixed martial arts over the years, things that have been proven to be effective, myths debunked, because there's been quite a few of them over the years. And I myself have been proven wrong. I've learned things over the years, and there are a lot of things we haven't fully understood in fighting yet, a lot of techniques that are effective, and there's still a lot of learning to do in mixed martial arts. All right, so let's go down memory lane. So I remember back in the day where karate was pretty much dismissed. Then we had guys like Lyoto Machida, later on Wonder Boy. GSP also incorporated karate techniques, but I think Lyoto was like one of the first ones to really come from a heavy karate background and show just how effective a karate stance could be, the movements, the striking techniques, and the mechanics if incorporated correctly with other mixed martial arts and martial arts techniques. You can't just take a straight karate guy, drop him in a mixed martial arts cage, and expect them to excel. There is no one perfect martial art. But for a long time, styles like karate was dismissed. Oh, that's not gonna work. That stuff only works in the movies. Well, we've seen a lot of things that, quote, are movie techniques that work in a real fight. We've seen wheel kick knockouts. We've seen tornado punches from Raymond Daniels. Michael Venom Page does some crazy things. That's another guy from a more traditional martial arts karate background. And yeah, guys like Lyoto Machida changed the game. Let's talk about some other things. So I remember there was a point where a straight Achilles lock wasn't supposed to be able to snap a leg in half, break a shin. That was proven wrong. I remember specifically even told to me that submission is more of like a discomfort thing. Nothing's gonna, quote, break. That's not true. I think at one point calf kicks were deemed to be not really effective like that. That was proven wrong. I mean, many techniques. The game keeps evolving. The game keeps growing. We keep getting educated on what's actually effective. So a big one related to the recent knockout was you're not supposed to be able to KO somebody from off your back. I always found that one kind of funny because there's a lot of factors at play there that would, deliver a knockout. First of all, how good is the guy's chin that's taking the punch? Some guys get knocked out from a stiff jab. And yeah, I always thought that you could generate enough force from off your back, depending on the length of your arm, your body mechanics, the leverage. If you can throw a hard enough shot, you should be able to knock somebody out from off your back. And it was proven recently because, science and numbers don't lie. Let's say it takes 20 pounds of force to knock somebody out on average. Now, I think that varies on the fighter, on the person. I'm just throwing this arbitrary number out there for discussion's sake. And it's like, it doesn't matter. You could be on your back. You can have both of your legs bound. You could be covered in peanut butter. You could be underwater. If you could generate 20 pounds of force with a punch and you connect on somebody's chin, regardless of the circumstances, you should knock them out. If that's the required amount of force to knock the person out. So again, everybody's different. Everybody hits at different levels, different power, and a guy could be on their back, and if they could generate a certain amount of force, in theory, they should be able to knock you out. And we just saw it happen. So I just find it fascinating, the techniques and the myths that are proven correct, the myths that have been debunked as we watch the sport evolve and grow. And this is going to keep happening. You got guys like Tony Ferguson in his prime. He was using Wing Chun techniques, hand traps, deflection. Kevin Holland does the same thing, uses similar techniques. Again, you had the karate era, GSP, Lyoto Machida, Michael Venom Page, Wonderboy Thompson. There are a lot of techniques out there that are effective that we haven't seen. A lot of styles that are effective. And once again, as we go along and continue to follow the sport, we are going to see these techniques and styles implemented to great effect and be shocked and stunned. Just fascinating stuff. And you know, touching a little bit on a personal note, when I used to train back in the day, I remember the main martial arts that people would focus on as far as like teaching for mixed martial arts were like boxing, wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, kickboxing techniques. Karate was kind of like dismissed. Taekwondo was dismissed. A lot of techniques in martial arts were considered, you know, foo-foo fake stuff, not really effective. And that's just flat out wrong. They just have to be implemented correctly. It's like, you know, the Bruce Lee philosophy. You take what works, you use it, and you discard what doesn't. So here we are in 2023. You got guys knocking dudes out off their back. Crazy. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to this rant. Hopefully I wasn't all over the place. Eager to read your thoughts. What do you think about that knockout by a fighter from off their back? Did it shock you? Are you surprised that's even possible? Feel free to drop some techniques that you didn't think were possible but are effective. The game is constantly changing and evolving. It's really exciting to see the sport grow and what's possible. Thanks again for watching the video, guys. I'll catch you all on the next one. Take care.